other words, if I am praying to God, which is a good perspective, I also got to be the God who will answer that prayer that I pray. If you're not both, you will never find satisfaction. Okay, what's my dream tonight? I'm trying to set up a business, or I'm trying to buy a shop, and presently there's an occupier in that shop, and he told me this: why not I make a business deal with you? I work for you. I thought that was interesting, and he's very smart, because by suggesting me that he'll be paid a salary, and he's still running the business, of course, but I'm the one paying for the property, for the business, for the shop. So to him, it's a very good deal. I mean, that was what I was thinking in the dream. There was another aspect of this dream. It suddenly dawned on me during the dream process. If you want to go into business, it is best that you go into a business where you know every part of the trade. Not just the trade itself, but every connecting trade as well. And why? That is success in business. And while I was in this dream, I saw myself buying the shop, but I also saw myself inside the shop, looking outside. And so how do I understand this dream to me? Well, this dream is trying to tell me that if a man were to see this life only for himself, he will not get what he wants. It won't be successful. To be successful, you have to be on every side of the trade. In other words, you have to be the doer as well as the entrepreneur. And you have to be involved in all the connecting trades of that business. In other words, if you are going to be a manufacturer, you also should be a retailer for that manufactured goods of yours. And if you want to fully succeed, maybe you should be the shipper as well, the courier. You should do every connecting trade. Then you find that you get the profits of everywhere related to your own trade. And that is success. And if a man is proud of himself, what he will do is that probably he will buy the business, but he will not be the doer. He will let someone else do. If a man is proud of himself, he will probably be the talker, but he will never be the listener of his own conversation. Never. Because pride is involved. You want to tell another person the story, but you don't want to be told the story. You see, when I create this video, my whole objective is actually I learn from myself. I'm recording my dreams, and I let everybody know about my inner thoughts, because that's what life is all about. I'm in the inside, and I'm also at the outside. I'm an open book. I'm not afraid to be myself. at the same time helping other people if I can. That's what you should see life as. I've seen so many of people in this world, and they want to be the manufacturer, but then they forgot that she should be humble enough to be the retailer. They want to be the person who wins the game, but they cannot tolerate the fact that in the game they will also have to be the loser. I just had a game with a friend, a table tennis game. I love table tennis, so I played with him. I'm kind of an expert, sorry to say that, but I'm kind of expert in table tennis. But then I jokingly say to this opponent of mine, okay, I'll give you a chance. I'll let you win. But then, of course, as you do know, and I'm sure you might be offended as well, right? If I were to tell you, I give you a chance to win. So that guy is offended. So I was laughing at myself. I will not tell him that he is too proud of himself. But if I'm given the opportunity, I would do and share with him. But of course, a proud person do not want to be told. It aggravates the problem. I'm here to play my game and to have some fun and socialize, and I'm not here to make people feel unhappy with themselves. I'd rather tell you in a video. And why is that? Because if you're angry with me, shut it down. If you don't like to see me in my half-naked body, shut it down. It doesn't really matter to me. Why? Because I'm living in this world, and as far as I know, because of my breath work, I'm fully aware that I'm everything this world is. I'm both the winner and the loser. I'm both the dress-up man and the undressed man, and there's nothing to hide. A lot of my table tennis friends always tells me, David, why you have to dress this way? Can't you be dressed appropriately? I said, no, I just want to be myself. But you don't look handsome, you don't look nice with your unclothed body. I said, does it really matter? It is I. And I am not a body that is clothed or a body that is unclothed. It is I. I'm not a winner of table tennis, neither am I the loser of table tennis. It is I. But they couldn't understand what I'm trying to say. Sad to say. But that is why I share myself in this video. And if you do come in more. You will learn many, many things. Because one video cannot express what made me the person I am. It's a journey of my life. And it's a long, long journey. And friends of mine are sometimes puzzled. They ask me, are you a Christian? Are you a Jew? Are you a Muslim? Are you a Buddhist? I said, no, not exactly. I'm just an advocate of truth. And I see truth in all the religions. I like Buddhism because Buddhism speaks about the importance of meditation and not to be attached to too many things in the world. I like Christianity because Christianity tells me about a very important truth, that I am is the way, that I am is the truth, that I am is the life. I liked the Torah because I've been investigating that book and the quotations and the symbolic stories of that book is awesome to me. But most important of all, I like to be me. That's right. I like to be as I am. I like the freedom of being me. And I hope you can join me in that. I'm not creating a new religion. I'm just sharing the truth. And I believe that the truth is basically, I'm everything. That's right. And that the human mind is somewhat limited or curtailed in a certain way. And we live our life without realizing the limitations of our mind. We are going to be a sad man. We have to break free from the trappings of our mind. And why? As I understand from this dream, the human mind does not see everything. If you are into A, you will not appreciate A minus. That's a fact. If you're thinking that prayer is important, you will not appreciate meditation. If you're thinking that God out there is important, you will not appreciate yourself being free and God yourself. So you see, with thoughts, you will never be able to see the dual parts of life. There is positive and negative in the mind of a man. But we must be both in order to break free. In order to break free, Moses was told that because you understand I am that I am, you're the only one who can help my people to go out of Egypt, to go out into the desert, and to acquire the promised land. You need to be I am. You need to realize the presence beneath the mind. Some of my friends say, it's all right. I just don't want to follow my mind. But I don't know what is your presence all about. They say that I will be detached from my mind, but I've not understood what is this presence you call as presence. I don't understand what is this I, they said. Isn't I selfish? Isn't I that something which is condemned by all religions? I always reply to him, the essence of this universe is I. Because when you are born into this world, you look at this world, and I am is your first person. You can't see this world from a third party, can you? You see it from the first person. You are the first person. So you are therefore God, the Creator. They kept on telling me, you must be really out of your mind. You believe you're God? You're just flesh and blood. Yeah, that's true. So, what to do? I told them, and I replied, If you think I'm mad, it is perfectly all right. Because in a way, there's some madness involved here. Because it's not logical that you are just simply one of a universe. You're simply one unit in a big universe, and yet you could say that you're the universe yourself. It's not logical, they would tell me. It's not logical because if you're truly God, you just switch your hand and the chair will become a table. But why can't you do that? Yeah, that's true. So in some ways, I'm mad. But I keep on telling them, what makes you think space and time is what you think you see? They couldn't quite understand what I'm trying to say. You are looking at the world, and you've been trained to look at the world with a certain space and with a certain time, and you define it in a certain way. So that's the reason why the chair never changed to a table. You don't quite understand the inner world. And that's why this dream is very important. It tells me that I've also to become the doer. While I'm trying to acquire the shop, I need also be the one from the shop looking outside at the acquirer of the shop. Then my perspective will improve. In other words, if I am praying to God, which is a good perspective, I also got to be the God who will answer that prayer that I pray. If you're not both, you will never find satisfaction. How to be both? That's a good question you're asking. How to be both? There is no other way except entering breath. There's no other way. Whatever you do in this world is just one of a two. Whatever you do, whether you're going forward, you still have to go backward. And if you just seek to win, you'll find yourself losing, that's all. So you can never be satisfied. What you need to do is to enter breath. And how to enter breath? You need to make a point to observe your own thoughts. In others, observe what you're observing. Yes, you have to make a point to do that. Then you can discover the true observer. Now, notice what I've just said. Only in this way you can discover the true observer. See, the mind that you're having is not the observer. Wow. All the time in your life you thought that you're observing this world through your mind. I know that. But that's not correct. The mind is not the observer. The true observer is the breath that lights up a light that observes before it's split up into two parts. That's the true observer. The mind is a dualistic mind, and it's not a true observer. And if you go back to the double slit experiment in physics, you would notice that science has discovered that this world is a world of probabilities. In others, there's positive polarities and negative polarities, and they're all there. You will notice that it's just a wave. You will never know that there's a cat in the box until you open the the box and discover it's a cat. That's what Schroeder was saying. In other words, the mind is simply a kind of maze of positive and negative. And if you live in the mind, that's fine. You'll be living in positive and negative, and forever. You'll never find your way. So how to find my way? In the double-slit experiment, they discovered, and in quantum physics, they discovered that you need to shine a light. That's right. Only the light shining from the one light, when it shines onto the wave, what happens? A particle is formed. Only the light within you creates reality. Without that light, there is no reality. In other words, you are living in a world without reality. That's it. If you cannot shine the light of I am from within yourself to the world. What I've told you is the truth. But it's unfortunate you may not understand it. But follow my videos. Before I close the video, I will say that this light which shines from within you is the I am. Is a true observer. It is not your mind, but rather the true observer is the I am one presence that shines and bring about reality into your world. Your job in this world is to bring out this one observer. You notice that when God created the world, as it is in the Torah, He uses two chapters. There was a chapter 1 and a chapter 2. In chapter 1, it is the mind of God. In chapter 2, the breath is involved, and it is the presence of God. And chapter 2 ends with the most important part of it, when the male and the female conjoin, so that they become one flesh. And this is the secret of life, that God created this universe with you and I as co-creators. That's why it's written, in the beginning created God the heavens and the earth. The heavens and the earth created God in the beginning. It sounds mad, but if you trust me, you're on the right track. God created this universe with you and I together. That's why I say, let us make man in our image. Why did God say, let us? Because God and man together created the universe. We are co-creators of reality. We need to shine the light from within us to bring about reality. And man is very important. That's our job. Man alone can shine that light beneath our mind, to shine the light that brings forth reality. God can create the whole universe in a very beautiful way, but if there is no man to see the universe, is there a universe? Therefore, man and God are creators of reality. Without man watching the universe, there is no universe. And that's why Jesus said, I am the light of the world.